Dan.
Yes.
It's your turn.
All right. When this game was reset, I knew I was in a lot of trouble on the pirate ship. I looked to my right, I saw Frank and Shane, two physical competitors this game has never seen. I could never beat them in any physical challenges, and that scared me. On top of that, you had Jen and Joe hanging up there. Very, very underrated social gamers. Then you have Ashley, an extremely likable wild card that I had no clue where she was ever coming from. And to top it all off, you have Brittany, who is all that and then some, and scared the life out of me in this game. And of course, I couldn't be standing here today without my loyal warrior, Danielle, who I owe a lot to in this game. At the end of the day, I stood and said to myself, how can I win this game? Because I'm not as smart as everyone, I'm not as physical. And all signs point to me playing one type of game, and that's a ruthless game. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to. I had to do certain things because I didn't have to rely on pulling a gold ball out of an arcade machine or winning challenges because I can't always control that. I had to do certain despicable things like host my own funeral to make people believe that Danielle and I would never work together ever again. Yeah, it was an act, and Joe had it figured out. That's why, Joe, you scared me. Ian said I wasted my HOH on you. I say no. You're the only person that had me scared in this game because you have my number. On top of that, at the end of the day, I played this game 24/7 because I knew my limitations. I couldn't be like Shane and be Captain America. I couldn't win 6 HOH or 6 competitions like Frank, and I had to do what I had to do to win this game. At the end of the day, I didn't play this game personal. If I embarrassed you or in any way, I apologize. Every move I made was to push me forward. So at the end of the day, I can only hope and pray that you vote for who played this game, not with a photographic memory, not someone who pulled a gold ball out of an arcade machine, but who played with the tools they had 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's why I have bags under my eyes, because I never slept. I was always thinking and trying to get myself out of trouble in the event I couldn't win a competition, because let's face it, you new house guests in this game were the best ever to play this game, and I'll put that on anything. Thank you for your time. I hope you guys aren't mad at me, and I hope you're not too disgusted with me.
Thank you, Dan. All right, jurors, it is time to vote for the winner of Big Brother. One at a time, you will each step up to the voting box and insert the key of the person you want to see win Big Brother.
I definitely put you on my dream board.
This is Bear. I'll be Bear.
Thank you, Ashley.
I think you're both very deserving of this. You've both played a really good game, and quack, quack.
Thanks, Brett.
Quack.
Thank you, Brittany.
I'm voting for who I think made the best decisions in the game.
Preach. Hopefully.
Gentlemen, one hell of a summer together. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Jared. Class act.
See you in Dearborn.
Yo, guys, you both played an incredible game, and it's a pleasure to meet you both.
Jen City.
You know it, baby.
She sold 1 million records, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Oh, my God. Thanks, Dan.
Over 1 million, sorry. Staying corrected.
1.2. let's
There
get
it
right.
is. That's what I was waiting for.
The things I want to say, Dan.
I'm sorry, Shane.
You know, you gotta make the moves, you know, to win this game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they were on my behalf. Yeah. Ian, like I said, you're a smart, intelligent guy. You played this game with a lot of respect. Dan, you played it with the way you could. And, you know, I just hope the best wins.
Thanks. Respect you, Shane.
The only reason I'm voting this way is because I've tried to keep my word, and I'm going to try to continue.
Most of you have a lot to say. You should know whatever you say can be heard inside the house. So Ian and Dan may respond to anything that they hear you say. Now, Janelle, I'm going to start out with you. So as you were sitting there at home watching things unfold, what surprised you the most?
Well, besides all of Danielle's lies, I think the thing that surprised me the most was Dan's gameplay. It was just amazing to watch on TV, how he had all these people fooled for weeks.
I love you, Janelle.
I mean, week after week, they continue to not go after him. And if he doesn't win Big Brother 14, it's an absolute travesty.
So are you saying that Dan was the greatest player in this game in 14 seasons of the game?
No.
I would say that Dan's hands down one of the best players of all time.
Let me turn to Frank and get your thoughts on this. She just said he's one of the greatest players of all time. And I know you are an uber fan of Big Brother Frank. What do you think about that?
I mean, obviously, before I came into this house, people always asked me who some of my favorite players were, and Dan was one of those people. I thought he did always play a great game, but this season, I did not feel like he played the game that he was best at. He played a game that was almost like a scavenger game, a game that I don't really respect.
What are your thoughts on this topic of Dan being one of the greatest players of all time?
I think Dan played an amazing game this summer.
I was just wondering if it was premeditated, if you knew I was going to be evicted last week, and if you and Dan had a deal where you were trying to get me out of the house, because that's kind of how I felt after I left.
I swear on everything, I had no idea.
That's what I figured. But
She had no idea, Shane. I mean, that's the one thing I didn't tell her because I knew she wouldn't let me stab you in the back, so I didn't tell her. You know, so she's telling the truth.
Can I ask you one thing, Dan?
Yeah.
Why did you do it that way? I mean, you promised on your wife's name and your ring.
Yeah.
And, I mean, morally, to me.
Yeah.
I mean, explain yourself.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, when I walk in this house, I cut my heart and leave all my morals on the front doorstep. When I come in, I'll pick that back up, and that's something I got to deal with. That's how I had to play the game, and I understand you don't play the game that way. If I were like you and that physical, I would play like you. I just can't. I'm not as good as you at the competitions, and I'm not as well liked as you, Shane. I mean, bottom line, that's the truth.
Thank you.
Will, I want to turn to you. What surprised you the most, Will?
Well, you know, there weren't too many things that shocked me. My biggest thing is, you know, Jen calling Ian a rat and Joe being eagle-eyed Joe upset about Dan's lies. But when it comes down to it, this is Big Brother. Don't hold a grudge against the person lying to you. Take some responsibility. You fell for it. So be mad at yourself.
All right, okay. Welcome back to the season finale of Big Brother. After 75 days and 31 competitions, it is finally time to crown the winner of Big Brother. Ian, Dan, I'm about to reveal the jury's votes. The winner will receive $500,000 and the runner-up, $50,000. One at a time, I will pull the keys from the box, revealing whom each juror chose to win Big Brother. You will need at least 4 votes to win. Danielle has cast her vote for Dan to be the winner of Big Brother. Shane's vote goes to Ian to be the winner. Jen's vote goes to Ian to win Big Brother. 2 votes Ian, 1 vote Dan. Joe has put his vote for Ian to be the winner of Big Brother.
Thanks, guys.
Frank's vote goes to, congratulations, Ian. You are the winner of Big Brother. Ian and Dan, come on out. Back to Big Brother. A big congratulations again to you, Ian.
Joy.
And just for the record, Brittany and Ashley both voted for Ian to win. So you won 6-1. You've watched this show since you were 10 years old. How are you feeling right now?
This is easily the best moment of my entire life. I don't know how the hell I pulled it off, especially after the first week I had, but quack, quack. That's all I gotta say.
You're a young man. It's only the beginning. There is another prize at stake, $25,000 for America's favorite house guest. And that honor goes to... Congratulations, Frank. Where are you? You are America's favorite house guest. A big, huge thank you to all of the house guests for an incredible season. Don't join me tomorrow for the talk when the ladies and I sit down and have the talk with this guy, with Dan, Ian, and Danielle. All three of you are coming on the show. From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen. We'll see you again next summer. Good night, everybody.